Ladies, as busy moms, we've all got more to do than it feels like any one person can possibly accomplish. And if you're anything like a lot of the women that I coach and myself from time to time, that backlog of things that need to get done just feels insurmountable. Well, today I'm going to walk you through a very simple system to help you get a grip on what all those tasks are that you need to get done and find a way to actually make progress on them. If you're new here, I am Mackenzie Kappa. I am the podcaster behind Live Well Anyway, and I help real moms make real progress on their goals and productivity. And today, we are going to help you go from overwhelmed to actually starting to make progress on that long list of things that need to get done. And sometimes it's maybe just things that you want to get done too. So first of all, the very first step is figuring out what all those things are. Because a lot of us have lists sort of everywhere, in our head, in a planner, in the notes app on our phone, like all the different places. So the very first step is to do a brain dump, where you are going to put it all down in one place. I don't really care how you do this. You can do it digitally in something like Trello, which does make it really nice to be able to organize things and kind of compartmentalize them later on. Or you can just get out a piece of paper. I've been known to get a ream of just a white printer paper and start labeling them with all the different areas of my life, which is a really helpful step to brain dumping if you can kind of categorize things. Because sometimes you don't remember all the different areas or things because they're all kind of disjointed. So if you can label different sections with home, work, kids' school, my personal fitness, whatever all the different categories are that you need to get things done in, put those all down on different papers or in different lists, wherever it is for you, get it all down in front of you so that you can do just a massive brain dump and try to think of all of the tasks that you can that need to get accomplished or you want to get accomplished. Okay, the next step, once you've got your brain dump all done and everything is in different categories. If you didn't do that in step one, if you just wrote your list, that's fine, but go ahead and make sure that everything is categorized now. But then you're going to want to go in and prioritize your tasks. So just start labeling them in some way, whatever works for you. Maybe you want to get out different highlighters that represent, high priority all the way down to low priority. Some of these things could just be like the things you want to accomplish but aren't necessary, all the way up to like, hey, I need to call and pay that medical bill, or whatever it is. I want you to prioritize your tasks in each of the different categories so you can see what is the most pressing. Now that you have the prioritizing done, I want you to go through and do this very key thing that I think a lot of people don't really think about. And that is actually giving a time frame, like a general idea of how much time each task will take to all of the tasks on your brain dump. I know that can sound a little bit overwhelming, but once you move into the phase where you're actually getting things done, it's going to be really helpful to be able to quickly reference a list and see what are the things that I can do quickly. Which tasks could I get done in 10 minutes that just happen to open up in my day? Or which tasks am I going to have to really allow for a set amount of time for to really knock out because they are larger organizing projects or whatever it might be. You're going to want to have those times listed next to each task so that you can make the most of the time that you have. Which brings us to the action phase. So you've got your list. It's prioritized on what needs to get done first, and it has timestamps next to things so that you're able to figure out times that you can get them done. Now you need to figure out the times when you're going to get them done. So you need to see if you need to actually set aside a day or a large chunk of time. Maybe you're going to decide, this one Saturday is my catching up on procrastination Saturday. I'm going to get all the things done on that day that I haven't been getting done, and maybe they aren't all going to fit. But maybe you can get those high priority items done in one day or in one afternoon. Or if you don't have that kind of time that you can set aside, you can start deliberately making time in your schedule to get these things done. I suggest doing this by having a time grid that you follow and you map out your time and you actually start squeezing these things in as appointments. I talk about this in more depth in the last video that I did, all about asking that when question, because that's the real kicker to making sure that you get these things done, is not just having the list, because that doesn't help you to move into action. It's actually asking that one key question of when am I going to get these things done? So you can watch that last video to get all the details on how to ask that when question and get things done efficiently. But that's really the breakdown on helping to cut some of your chaos. You want to get down the list, because once it's out of your head, your brain isn't carrying the weight around of all of those tasks and all of those things that you need to do any longer. It allows you to free up some space to be able to make some decisions on how to get these things done. So get it all down, prioritize it, figure out how much time these things are actually going to take you, and then move into action of setting aside the time to get them done. It can be a few minutes every day. It can be one whole day that you set aside to do them. Whatever it is you choose, maybe you need to do a combination of both of those things. You're going to actually start to see some progress when you put that planning into practice. All right, that is it for this week's episode. As always, I would love if you watch some of the other videos, maybe send some to your friends, subscribe and like below. And if you want even more content like this, but in an audio format, then head over to Live Well Anyway, wherever you get your podcasts. That's where I interview all kinds of amazing people about things regarding productivity, wellness, just some fun authors. My best friend comes on with me a lot. It's a really good time. So go and find Live Well Anyway wherever you listen. All right, until next time, go be bold and gracious.